What's up, NFL fans? It's NFL Nate back again. Today, we're going to be looking at the top 5 landing spots for Matthew Stafford. As you guys all most likely know, Matthew Stafford wants out of Detroit Lions. He's played there for a very long time, but the Detroit Lions have failed to make it to the playoffs with him, even with his good play. So he wants out. A lot of quarterback-needy teams would like him. So we're going to be looking at the top 5 places he could land. Let's jump right into it. At number 5, we have the Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos last year had Drew Lock as their quarterback, but he didn't really play well and had some injuries. So I think it's good for the Broncos to have a change at quarterback. I don't think Drew Lock's the quarterback of their future. They have $17 million in cap, so that's not an issue. And, of course, they need a quarterback to compete in the AFC West. They have really, really good wide receivers like Jerry Jeudy and lots of other guys, and they have solid running backs, so this offense is loaded and ready, but they just need a quarterback like Matthew Stafford to step in, and they do need a quarterback to compete in the AFC West with players like Derek Carr, Justin Herbert, and Patrick Mahomes uprising. So I think this would be a good move, and it could really be a quarterback that they need to compete in the AFC West. At number 4, we have the New England Patriots. New England Patriots, as you guys know, had Cam Newton last year. Cam Newton was a solid quarterback, but didn't really get the job done, made a few too many mistakes, and wasn't really that good as a passer. So I think it would be good for the New England Patriots to have a change at quarterback. They have $55 million in cap, so they have plenty of space for Matthew Stafford. But the one problem is they need a few more weapons to help Matthew Stafford succeed now. But I think with all that extra cap space, they should sign some wide receivers. If they were to get Matthew Stafford too, that would help them, and they could win right now. At number 3, we have the San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers had Jimmy Garoppolo last year. He was a solid quarterback, but he got injured a lot, and he wasn't playing the best. So I think a change-up at quarterback would be really helpful. They have $13 million in cap space, so that's all good. And they do have a really solid roster if they stay healthy. They couldn't stay healthy last year, and it just hurt them so much with so many injuries. But if all those guys get healthy, they got a solid defense, some solid weapons, and they could be a competitor in the NFC with Matthew Stafford on their roster. At number 2, we have the Washington football team. Washington football team made the playoffs last year without a consistent quarterback, which is pretty impressive. If they get a consistent quarterback like Matthew Stafford, they could be series contenders. They have $32 million in cap space, so it's not an issue there. But they do need more wide receivers. But with their defense, they can win now. Their defense carried them to the playoffs, making multiple scores a game for them sometimes. So if they could get a player like Matthew Stafford to elevate this whole offense, I think this is a super, super good move. I think the Washington football team should really be eyeing Matthew Stafford. And at number 1, we have the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts, obviously, with Phillip Rivers retiring, they have a vacancy at quarterback. They have $69 million in cap space, so they have plenty of room. And their roster is completely loaded with weapons on a win-now team. So if they were to get Matthew Stafford, they'd probably have to give up their first-round pick. But they'd have plenty of cap space, so they could sign even more weapons. But they already have Jonathan Taylor, Michael Pittman Jr., T.Y. Hilton, and a really good defense too. So this team could look really, really good with Matthew Stafford, and I think this would be a perfect move for the Colts to make them a really, really good contender in the AFC. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe. I'm going to be uploading tons more off-season coverage with free agency, the draft, so stay tuned for that. Watch one of my last videos right there. And my next 2 videos are going to be how the Bucs can win the Super Bowl and how the Chiefs can win the Super Bowl, outlining what both the Super Bowl teams need to do to win. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. See ya!